विग्रहाय हेमावदिव्यै छविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद। जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. My apologies for being late today. So I'll continue reading. We are reading from chapter 16 from the book Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. So Mahaprabhu, yesterday, Mahaprabhu narrated the beautiful pastime of the hunter and the spiritual master, Mrigari and Sri Narad Muni. Now today, continuing to explain the Atmaram verse, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pointed out that the word Atma. So I had put up this quiz and everybody is selecting the answer. I had put up the quiz. Atma means this, or all of the above. And everybody is selecting Atma means soul. Atma means soul. Everybody, we all know that Atma means soul. But here we are seeing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving so many meanings of this one word Atma. Atma also indicates all the varieties of the personality of Godhead. Generally, the personality of Godhead himself, Krishna, and his different expansions are all known as the personality of Godhead. So the expansions, they are all personality of Godhead. But Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Generally, the personality of Godhead himself, Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan, and his different expansions are all known as the personality of Godhead. Anyone who is engaged in the devotional service of any form or expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is also called Atmaram. So, if somebody is engaged in the devotional service of Lord Narayan, that is the Supreme, the personality of Godhead in the form of Narayan, that person is also called Atmaram. If somebody is engaged in the devotional service of Lord Ramchandra, then that person is also Atmaram. All such devotees engage either in the regulative principles of devotional service or in devotional service in transcendental love. So there is Vaidhi Bhakti and there is Ragatmika Bhakti. So, or devotional service in transcendental love. And Vaidhi Bhakti is we, we do devotional service um, following the regulative principles. These two groups of devotees are each divided into three categories. There are eternal associates. Eternal associates means who are Nitya Siddha. They have never fallen down. They are eternally associates of the Supreme Lord. So they are called eternal associates or Nitya Siddha. Second, those perfected in devotional service. Maybe somebody has fallen in the spirit from the spiritual world, and then they are in the material world for some time, and then they have come into devotional service. They are now engaged in devotional service, and they have perfected themselves through devotional service. So they are not eternal associates. That means they did fall down to the material world, but again, having engaged themselves in devotional service, they have again perfected themselves. So they have again become pure devotees. And those who are newly engaged in devotional service, that is neophytes. Newly engaged devotees can be divided into two groups: those who have already attained attachment for the Lord and those who have not attained such attachment. So, among the new devotees, also, those who have already attained attachment for the Lord, now they are becoming um, firm, and with determination they are proceeding towards becoming pure devotees because they are firmly engaged in pure in devotional service. And there are others who are neophytes who have just come into Krishna consciousness. They are also mixed. So there is Mishra Bhakti also, Mishra Bhakti, where they have material desires, they have other things also, other plans, so material things going on. At the same time, a little mixture of some devotional service, maybe here and there, now and then. Sometimes they are offering some bhoga to the Lord and taking prasad, or they are chanting one round maybe. So they are all new devotees. Since they have not attained that attachment towards the Supreme Lord Krishna, therefore they are not fully engaged in devotional service. So these are the different categories. When considered according to the two divisions of devotional service, namely due to attachment in transcendental love and under regulation, these classes of devotees become eight in number. So there are eight types or classes or categories of devotees, considering those two divisions, that is those who are doing devotional service under regulative principles and those who are doing devotional service in transcendental love. By following the regulative principles of devotion, the perfect associates of the Lord are further divided into four classes: the servants, the friends, parental supervisors, and the fiancés. So there is Das in the Dasya Bhav, the servants, friends in the Sakhya Bhav, who are the Sakha, parental superiors who are in the Vatsalya Bhav or Vatsalya relation with the Supreme Lord, and fiancés is in the Madhurya Ras, those who are who consider the Supreme Lord as their beloved. Just as some devotees are perfected by the execution of devotional service, so some are eternally perfect. So there are some devotees who become perfect by execution of devotional service, and there are others, some devotees who are eternally perfect, like Srila Prabhupada, like Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. And there are other disciples of Srila Prabhupada as well. But since Srila Prabhupada has disclosed or revealed the identity of His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, therefore we know about it. But there are other disciples also of Srila Prabhupada who are eternal associates of the Lord. So, and the other disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they have become perfect by execution of devotional service. So these are the two types. Of those following the regulative principles of devotional service, there are advanced and the beginners, totaling 16 categories. So considering all of them, total 16 categories of devotees. And in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, there are also 16 types of devotees. So regulative principle, Vaidhi Bhakti or Sadhana Bhakti, there are 16 categories or 16 types. And even among those who are in transcendental loving service of the Lord, there are 16 types of devotees. Thus, the Atma Rams can be considered to exist in 32 divisions, 16 plus 16. If the words Muni, Nirgrantha, Cha, and Api are applied to the 32 classes, then there are 58 different types of devotees. Oh, now just see, this is Mahaprabhu giving grammatically, explaining the words and at the same time giving spiritual meanings to the word in every way. So so we can understand the expertise of Mahaprabhu, that even simple things, I mean, not simple, but for us to understand these things, it is like, oh, okay. But this is how Mahaprabhu is explaining this verse. And similarly, the pure devotees of Mahaprabhu, the followers of Mahaprabhu, they are also exactly like this. They are also very, very intelligent. When we say Panditya, they are Pandit. They had expertise in so many different subjects. So this is called expertise, that you can literally break down every word, every syllable, and you can give explanation for every word and every syllable. That is called expertise. So we can see the expertise that how Mahaprabhu is explaining this verse. So if the words Muni, Nirgrantha, Cha and Api are applied to the previous 32 classes, then there are 58 different types of devotees. All these devotees can be described by one word, Atmaram. There may be many different kinds of trees standing in the forest, but the word tree describes them all. Hare Krishna. That is like a sixer. Mahaprabhu has just given a sixer here that Atmaram can be used for all these different kinds of devotees. Just like in the forest, there are different kinds of trees, but nobody goes to say that only oak wood is a tree. That is, Ashoka is not, cannot be called a tree. It's not like that. So when you say tree, tree means all the trees, the different classes of trees. It could be this tree, that tree, whichever tree, but they all fall under the category of tree. So just like that, all these devotees, they all fall under the word Atmaram. Thus, the Lord gave 60 different meanings to the Atmaram verse. In addition, he said that Atma means any embodied living entity, from the first living creature, Brahma, down to the ant. So, this is what we all know about. He cited a verse from the 6th chapter of the Vishnu Puran in which it is stated that all the energies of the Lord are spiritual. Although this is the case, the energy which is known as the source of the living entity is called spiritual. But the other energy, which is full of ignorance and is manifested in material activities, is called material nature. So, what is the spiritual energy? What is the source of the living entity, which is spiritual? The soul itself, that is spiritual in nature, that is the very source of the living entity. A living entity is called living because of the soul. When the soul is not there, it is not living. So that soul is spiritual. But the other energy, which is full of ignorance and is manifested in material activities, so the um, all the activities in the material world, the body itself, all these are made of material ingredients and it is full of ignorance. Therefore, it is the material nature, it is the inferior nature. Even in the material creation, the living entities are innumerable. If by chance a living entity in the material world can associate with a pure devotee, he can engage in the pure devotional service of Krishna. This sentence, if by chance a living entity in the material world can associate with a pure devotee, he can engage in the pure devotional service of Krishna, reminds me of two incidences, reminds me of two. One is the pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was walking through the Jharkhand forest and all the animals, there was a tiger sleeping on in his uh, in his path on when he was walking, and Mahaprabhu, he puts his feet on the head of the tiger and slightly pushes it and says, "Get up," and start chanting the names of Krishna. And the tiger becomes ecstatic and starts dancing and chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And then all the other animals in the forest, no humans, all the other animals, they start chanting and dancing, put their feet up, they four legs animals, right? So they put the front two hands up and they are dancing and they're chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Of course, this is not, we cannot even imagine this because we have not seen it, but it has happened. It's not that because we have not seen and it is beyond our imagination doesn't mean that it has not happened. It is a fact, it is a truth. This has happened. And another incident that I remember is so Srila Prabhupada's disciple, one of Srila Prabhupada's very senior disciples, His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj. So Maharaj was given the instruction that he should do preaching and Padayatra. So Maharaj, His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj started his Padayatra, and he would do Padayatra and visit all the different cities, and he would go through forests and different towns and different villages, and like that he would do preaching and Sankirtan, and along with him there were bullocks. Some bullocks would go because they would carry the deity. So the deity would be sitting on the bullock cart. Now, at one time, when Maharaj, Loknath Sai Maharaj, His Holiness Loknath Sai Maharaj, he was crossing Bhubaneswar, and when he reached Bhubaneswar, the bullock left his body. And at that time, Maharaj said that this bullock, because he has been engaged in the devotional service of the Lord, all the Padayatras from such a long, for so many years, the bullock has been doing Padayatra in this preaching mission. He was a very important member of the preaching of the Padayatra. And when he left the body, Maharaj said that he has attained to the spiritual world. He has attained the spiritual world. So that is the proof that any living entity, not just human beings, but any living entity, when they associate with a pure devotee, they engage in pure devotional service of Krishna, like this bullock. And then what happens when somebody engages in pure devotional service of Lord Krishna? What happens? They attain to the spiritual world. Of course, there's no doubt in this, and there is no other way out of this. So, this is the example. This is what came to my mind. Formerly, I thought of 60 different meanings for the Atmaram verse. The Lord told Sri Sanatan Goswami. Okay, now see, Mahaprabhu is saying this, that formerly I thought of 60 different meanings for the Atmaram verse. The Lord is telling this to Sri Sanatan Goswami. But here another meaning has come to my mind by your association. This is the power of devotee association, that every day when we meet for the class, some days some very nice pastimes come to my mind. So I always feel that it is just due to the association. I always have I always feel this. And here Mahaprabhu is saying this, that previously I was thinking of 60 different meanings, but because of your association, Sanatan Goswami, because of your association, I have another meaning in my mind now. So after hearing the different explanations of the Atmaram verse, Sri Sanatan Goswami was struck with wonder. Bapre, I thought this just initially, how did this discussion start? Sri Sanatan Goswami had requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that, my dear Lord, you had previously explained this Atmaram verse to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and will you kindly do that same mercy upon me? So that is when Mahaprabhu says that, oh, I don't even remember what I told uh, Bhattacharya. But since you have requested this, so let me try. And that is how he begins. And then he starts giving so many meanings of all the words from the Atmaram verse, and 60 different meanings from just this one word Atmaram. And after hearing all these different meanings, 60, and then another meaning has come to my mind by your association. So 61. So after that, Sri Sanatan Goswami, he was struck with wonder, and he fell down in devotion at the feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then what Sri Sanatan Goswami says, Krishna willing, we'll again see tomorrow. So thank you very much, dear devotees, for kind association. Vancha kalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
हरी हरी बोल।